What's good, YouTube? So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Megan Thee Stallion being exposed for being a victim bully by rapper Joe Budden. Yes, guys, Joe Budden actually took the time to call out Megan Thee Stallion on his podcast, and he was actually getting a lot of flagging for that. Persons were speaking out on him, and of course, this has to do with the whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion case that's going on. Joe Budden feel like Megan is actually doing a bit of victim bullying, so stick around if you want to know exactly what I mean. And also, we're going to be talking about Rihanna and A$AP Rocky actually keeping their baby shower, because remember when A$AP Rocky got arrested at the LAX, Rihanna was originally to keep the baby shower that day, but of course she didn't bother. She canceled it because A$AP was arrested and stuff like that. So it seems like she actually kept the baby shower, but there were some strict policies that came into play, which is why you don't see a lot of pictures on the internet and stuff like that. So before I get any further in this video, guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you turn that notification bell on to stay notified whenever I post a new video. And the first thing we're going to be talking about is Rihanna and A$AP Rocky keeping their baby shower, and it was basically a secret baby shower because guess what, only a few persons were invited, and not only that, you had to abide by a few rules before you actually got in. So that's what we're going to be talking about first, right, guys? So let's get to this story instantly. So it says Rihanna and A$AP Rocky reportedly had a secret rave-themed baby shower. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky quietly had a baby shower to celebrate their little one, Hollywood.com reported. HipHopHollywood.com received extensive detail on the party, which was a rave theme and took place last Friday at Hollywood Studio. The dress code was neon. To ensure privacy, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky had guests have their phones locked in pouches upon arrival. The outlet's notes: filming and photography were prohibited. Friends and even many of Rihanna's family members from Barbados came to the party. Hip Hop Hollywood pointed out just one detail has broken online about the Fifi. The t-shirt Rihanna and Rocky gave to guests as a party favor to commemorate it, featuring photos of the two as kids on the front, and I went to Ree and Rocky's rave shower and all I got was this amazing shirt on the back. The pastel hue top appeared on Twitter. Rihanna hasn't specified her due date but is in her third trimester, as she confirmed to Elle.com last month when asked if she had Fenty Beauty glow or pregnancy glow at a Fenty Beauty event. Rihanna explained, I mean, they go hand in hand. There's a pregnancy glow, there's also those days, girl, especially in the third trimester where you wake up and you're like, oh, do I have to get dressed? Makeup for sure helps you to feel like a real person. I just focus a lot on moisturizing and on contouring. The face gets a little round and chubby, the nose starts to spread. Everything is a challenge, from getting dressed and to how you're going to do your makeup. But I like challenges. I like things that force me to be creative and create in new ways. And with that beauty, there's so much you can do. Rihanna and Rocky baby shower comes days after Rocky was arrested at LAX airport in connection to a November 2021 shooting. He was released on $550,000 bail. Alright, guys, so basically persons who did attend the baby shower, I should say, they couldn't take any pictures. That's the reason why you don't see a whole bunch of pictures on the internet. It was just basically like a little secret. And of course, sometimes you definitely can't blame Rihanna because of all of the crazy stuff that's going on as it relates to A$AP Rocky. You know, they just need some privacy, some family time. They don't need a whole bunch of pictures circulating online and all that stuff. So it is what it is. But guys, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. I know we're going to be discussing Joe Budden basically exposing Megan Thee Stallion as a victim bully. Now, of course, y'all know Megan is going through that whole situation with Tory Lanez where she claims that the rapper actually shot her in the foot, right? But Joe Budden feel like Megan is actually the victim, but she's being a bully at the same time. Now I'm going to get to this story and y'all can let me know what y'all think. Joe Budden is actually receiving a lot of flagging for his comments towards her and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get to this story. Joe Budden under fire for calling Megan Thee Stallion's interview an example of victim bullying. On a recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, the Wash rapper took yet another opportunity to make good use of his right to free speech to devalue and victim shame black women as a public supporter of Tory Lanez, who, as you know, will face court later this year for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. It should come as no surprise that Budden's latest antics include comparing Megan Megan's recent CBS interview with the history of domestic violence reported between Evelyn Lozada and Chad Ochocinco Johnson. If you recall, Johnson and the former basketball wife star Lozada were married in July 2012 and divorced just a few months later in September. Lozada has been vocal about the abuse she suffered in the years following their marriage. In the podcast episode that aired on April the 28th, Budden stated that Megan's remark during her interview could be seen as victim bullying. What he's implying is that regardless of whether or not the abuse can be proven, do you have to take every moment to talk about it? At the 1 minute and 28 mark, Budden draws the comparison to Lozada, stating that following the domestic dispute in 2012, when she was hospitalized with a headbutt wounds, comments about the incident would soon follow in the media whenever Johnson was brought up. He said, for years, anytime his name came up, she popped up. It had nothing to do with her. She popped up and said, he did this. It didn't matter the rehabilitation he'd done, and it didn't matter the changes he had made, the apologies, both public and private. Every time I do something positive, you're gonna pop up with this victim story, Joe continued, and you're the victim, so I don't take that away. But that's bullying. It didn't take long for the clip to catch wind and drift its way over Lozada, who quickly responded in the comment section where it was posted to the Instagram page of the Shade Room. Budden attempted to clarify his remark by stating, we were discussing reactive abuse, not seemingly comparing situation. Prayers to everyone involved. You should have used yourself as an example and kept us out of it, Lozada said. Tyree Jose, former partner of Joe Budden, also jumped in the comment section under the post to express her dismay. The biggest effing nerves on earth. This is so wrong, so unfair, but yet still continues having a mic, she stated. Budden has been accused by Jose of domestic abuse in their past relationship. Lozada continued to speak on her past trauma via her Instagram stories, where she shared a graphic that read, my life matters, so I spoke up. Domestic violence survivor. She additionally shared a split-shot image of the damage done at her hands of Johnson, later calling on Jose to do the same. Let's not forget, Joe Budden, Tairi, post hers. Jose hasn't yet responded. So basically, Joe Budden is saying if a man does certain things to a woman, right, like hits her and all that, he feels like if the guy actually changed, you don't need to speak on it all the time. Do you guys agree or not? Do you think if a man hits a woman or, like beats her to a certain extent, well, it doesn't matter to a certain extent, but do you think she has the right to speak on it over and over and over for as long as she wants to? Definitely, because she's the one who went through that situation. You get what I'm saying? So I understand what Joe Budden is saying. He feels as if the person has, apologized to you and they're actually sorry for it. Then if the guy is at a show and his name pop up, you shouldn't make some posts about him. Basically trying, I don't want to say get him blackballed, but just every chance you get, you shouldn't speak on it. That is what Joe Budden is saying, but I don't really know, guys. Anyone who's been through a certain amount of stuff, they have the right to actually speak on it because, just like what Lozada said, she's speaking up for her life. So, let me know what y'all think about this. Should Megan continue to speak on that Tory Lanez situation, or should she just leave it alone? Because maybe she might go on to do another interview. Obviously Megan is trying to get her voice heard. And even though she is the victim, some persons might be treating Megan as the one who did it, like the aggressor, because some persons don't actually believe the whole story with Megan. Some persons feel as if she's lying, and I mean, they have a right to, because persons who were in the car, it's not like they came out and said, yes, Tory Lanez did that. So, Megan is the only one and other persons were there. So it's kind of a conflicting story, if you get what I'm saying. I'm feeling like if it was like solid concrete proof, then Tory would obviously be behind bars already. That's just my personal opinion on this whole situation. But obviously we gotta wait until this whole court thing play out. But the thing I think is that Megan should just stop speaking on it and just, after this whole case finishes, and if she wins it and Tory Lanez is sentenced or whatever, then she can speak on it and say, well, y'all see I wasn't lying, this, that. But what about if Tory Lanez is found not guilty and all of that, and it turns out that Megan was lying? What should happen then, guys? That's the question. What should happen? Should she do some time for actually lying, you know, wasting court time, all of that? We can see that something did happen to her, which I think Tori said she stepped on a glass or I heard something like that. I'm not sure if it's actually Tori who said that, but what should happen if she's actually lying? Let me know in the comment section. Anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe. Peace.